Everyone thinks the space race ended with Apollo. They're wrong. The moon's hidden face, forever turned from Earth, became the ultimate prize in a Cold War gamble. While America celebrated its lunar landings, the Soviet Union was quietly executing a breathtaking series of missions, pushing the boundaries of spaceflight with a desperation born of rivalry and an ambition fueled by scientific curiosity. These were the Zond missions. By the mid-1960s, the USSR found itself in a precarious position. Their early triumphs, Sputnik, Yuri Gagarin, had been eclipsed by NASA's relentless pursuit of a manned lunar landing. The world's eyes were fixed on Apollo, but Soviet engineers, under immense pressure, were crafting a different path to lunar glory. A secret, high-stakes path. Their strategy involved adapting the powerful, but often problematic, Proton rocket and the new, versatile Soyuz spacecraft. The goal wasn't just to orbit the moon, but to slingshot around it, capture unprecedented images of its far side, and return safely to Earth. A circumlunar flight, without landing, yet with immense propaganda potential. The first attempt, Zond 4, launched in March 1968, was a partial success, proving the spacecraft could survive re-entry from lunar distances, but it didn't reach the moon. Its trajectory took it towards Earth's opposite side, a test of critical re-entry systems, but not a lunar flyby. A crucial step, but not the showstopper they craved. Then came Zond 5. On September 15, 1968, a Proton rocket roared to life from Baikonur Cosmodrome. Aboard not cosmonauts, but a menagerie of biological specimens, two-step tortoises, insects, plants, and seeds. They were the trailblazers, testing the radiation environment and the effects of deep space travel on living organisms. Zond 5 successfully looped around the moon, becoming the first spacecraft to carry living beings on a circumlunar trajectory. It transmitted stunning, high-resolution photographs of the far side back to Earth, revealing a desolate landscape scarred by craters, utterly different from the familiar near side. A true visual revelation. The return journey, however, was fraught with peril. A critical sensor malfunction meant the spacecraft couldn't perform its planned skip re-entry over the Atlantic. Instead, it executed a ballistic re-entry, subjecting its occupants to immense G-forces, splashing down unexpectedly in the Indian Ocean. A tense global search began. Soviet naval vessels, aided by American tracking stations that had picked up the distress beacon, scrambled to recover the capsule. Miraculously, the tortoises and other specimens survived. They were underweight, but alive, a testament to engineering and a quiet victory for Soviet biology. Just 2 months later, in November 1968, Zond 6 followed. This mission aimed to perfect the re-entry technique, specifically the skip re-entry that would allow for a more precise landing. It carried a similar biological payload, anticipating a smooth return to Soviet territory. Zond 6 completed its lunar flyby, again capturing incredible far-side imagery, but as it returned, a catastrophic chain of events unfolded. A pressure leak in the cabin, followed by a parachute malfunction during re-entry, led to its tragic destruction upon impact with the ground. No survivors. This public failure was a devastating blow. It occurred just weeks before Apollo 8, which would successfully orbit the moon with humans aboard. The Zond program, originally conceived as a precursor to a manned lunar flyby, now faced immense scrutiny and pressure. Despite the setbacks, the Soviets pressed on. Zond 7, launched in August 1969, was a triumph. It carried color photographic film, capturing the first full-color images of the Earth from lunar distance and spectacular color photos of the far side. Its re-entry and landing were textbook perfect, a much-needed success. These Zond missions, particularly Zond 5 and Zond 7, were remarkable achievements. They demonstrated the capability for round-trip lunar missions, tested critical re-entry technologies, and gathered invaluable scientific data about the moon's hidden face and the deep space environment. They also served as a very public, albeit ultimately unsuccessful, challenge to American lunar supremacy. Imagine the propaganda coup if a Soviet cosmonaut had orbited the moon before Apollo 8. The Zond program was designed precisely for that outcome. However, the inherent risks of the Proton rocket and Soyuz spacecraft, combined with the Soviet Union's internal political struggles and the immense resources poured into the N-1 moon rocket program, which famously failed multiple times, ultimately sealed the fate of a manned Zond mission. The Zond program effectively ended with Zond 8 in October 1970, another successful circumlunar flight and return. By then, Apollo 11 had landed men on the moon, and the initial urgency and political imperative for a manned Zond mission had faded. Yet the legacy of Zond remains. These were missions of incredible bravery and innovation, undertaken in secret, under immense pressure, and with technology that was often pushed to its absolute limits. They pushed the boundaries of what was thought possible. The far side of the moon, once a complete mystery, began to yield its secrets through the lenses of Zond's cameras. Its heavily cratered, ancient terrain offered stark contrasts to the volcanic Maria of the near side, providing crucial insights into lunar geology and evolution. The Zond missions also laid crucial groundwork for future robotic exploration. The techniques developed for circumlunar flight, re-entry, and remote imaging would prove invaluable for later probes and even for Earth-orbiting satellites. Today, as nations eye the moon's far side once more for scientific observatories and potential resource extraction, it's worth remembering these pioneering Soviet missions. They were the first to truly explore that mysterious hemisphere, paving the way for future endeavors. The story of Zond isn't one of outright victory, but of relentless pursuit, of pushing the limits, and of the sheer human will to explore. It's a reminder that the space race wasn't a simple linear progression, but a complex, multifaceted competition with many untold chapters. These missions, often overshadowed by the drama of Apollo, stand as a testament to the ingenuity and daring of the Soviet space program. They carved a path around the moon's far side, forever changing our understanding of our closest celestial neighbor. Discover more forgotten chapters of space history by